My 31 male, wife, 28 female, said she doesn't love me anymore and wanted to end the marriage. Found out she has had a 12-plus month affair that started while she was pregnant with our second child. We've been married for 8 years. As the headline suggests, my wife informed me approximately 6 weeks ago, early June, that she no longer loved me and didn't want to be married to me. I was taken aback, although we hadn't been communicating properly for a long. She said I made her feel as though I no longer loved her. My wife has been going out a lot more without me in the last year or two. I broke down, and we had a little chat about it, but we didn't get into much detail about it. After almost 2 weeks of not talking much, she repeats it again. She's been doing a lot of thinking, and she's fairly adamant about it. We have a 6-month-old boy and a 3-year-old daughter. I told her I'd give her more time to think about it. I went to stay with some friends during the working week. I'm still working full-time, and then had the kids on the weekend while my wife went to her parents' house or with friends since she doesn't have her own home. We're renting. We'd been doing this for a few weeks and had some great conversations, but when I arrived to switch over with the kids on Friday, she informed me she'd been chatting to another person for a few weeks and kissed him when they met up at an event she brought the kids to this week. I didn't have much chance of getting back together until this point, so I began asking her questions about it all. She met him at the gym, only spoke to him on social media, and then encountered him again at a social gathering. I then said, "What else are you keeping from me?" She didn't say anything else. She later asked me when I was going to start using dating apps because she simply wanted me to be happy. She said that she did not want me to date someone she knew. I informed her that if she wanted to leave me, she didn't have a voice in the matter. She became really furious as a result, and she advised me not to join anything right soon, but to give it some time and to consult with her before doing so. I reiterated that it is no longer her problem and that I will do what I believe is best for me. She became enraged and said that I would have with anybody and everyone. I declined, stating that I needed time to recuperate. She stated she didn't believe me and that I'd definitely be on there the next day. The talk irritated her greatly. I questioned her why she was so concerned about me talking to other females, especially when she was leaving me. I inquired if there was anything she was withholding from me. She replied no, but I persisted. Finally, she admitted that she has been cheating on me with a mutual acquaintance since May 2019. That means she would have been around 6 weeks pregnant with our baby at the time. For me, there were many sentiments of astonishment, rage, and despair. She said that she would go cheat when she stated that she would be going to the gym in the evenings or when she stated that she would be with other women friends. She also said that he would come over to our home, how on our marriage bed/living room sofa, etc. during the working day since he worked odd hours, sole trader. She said that at times, they did many times each week. I'm devastated. I severed all communication with this friend, blocked him on all social media platforms, and never went to see or speak to him again. My wife claims it was purely physical, with no emotional connection, but it's difficult not to believe there would have been after all this time. I had great faith in her and had only just began to suspect anything. She'd been concealing her phone and going out more since our son was born. We are officially done. She cannot be trusted in any way. She's a fantastic mother, so I'm not concerned about our children, and I believe we'll be able to establish a wonderful co-parenting routine. So far, we've remained friendly and have begun to divide assets. It's tough for her right now since she doesn't have a place to live. She's jobless and a SOM, so she's waiting for government payments. I've had a few people tell me that I should throw her out and take full custody of the kids until she can find a place for them to live, but it would be detrimental to the children. In some strange way, I've already forgiven her. I still have a soft spot in my heart for her, my children's mother. For the time being, I'm going to take the high road and let her figure herself out so that we can be the best parents we can be. I can stay with my friends throughout the week for the foreseeable future. Throwing her out would just exacerbate the problem. She's already gone on, and I've come to terms with the fact that she's departed our marriage. When my lease on this property expires in 6 months, I will hunt for another place to live, but for the time being, I will focus on healing and caring for my children and myself. Story 2. 10 a marriage, 5 kids, she cheated with a work colleague. I, 38 male, paid for her, 38 female, college education in order to get her out of her dreadful childcare job. When we met, she had 4 children, and we had one together. I've raised the kids as if they were my own for the last 10 years. The other 2 dads did not exist. She got promoted twice in her imaging area in the past year and now earns the same as I do. I spotted her chatting to a female employee she brought to the home to utilize the hot tub on a random replay of my security camera. Basically, she's claiming that she believes the wife of the radiologist she works for is aware that they're having. I challenged her, and she confessed. On a loss. I've never been so physically harmed by an emotion in my life. We've never had problems, we've never argued, the kids are happy, and I've done all I could financially and emotionally to ensure she's happy. She often told me how fortunate she is to have a spouse like me. I knew something was awry when this ceased 2 months ago. I informed her that the dynamics had shifted, and she blamed it on her new position and obligations. I was aware of it, but didn't think much of it. It seemed to have been going on for the same period of time that I began to notice a difference. I should have followed my instincts. I'm not sure what I'm doing, and I apologize if this appears disjointed. I'm in pain and don't know what to do. Update. After discovering in November that my wife, 38 female, was having an affair with one of her colleagues, I, 38 male, became tired of the gaslighting, future pretending, and hollow platitudes. We attempted to reconcile, and our days continued on as usual, with me burying everything and doing the pick-me dance. I've attempted to start talks in order to figure out what was going on. I was faced with complete silence and shutdowns. She refuses to attend marital therapy because she doesn't need somebody teaching me how to lead my life. She just wanted to pretend as if nothing had occurred. I now recognize that my self-esteem was non-existent. I've set up IC for myself and will begin on the 14th. She wasn't pleased with my choice and acted as if I were insane for thinking I needed therapy. She has no clue how horrible things are in my mind. For weeks, I've been dying. I've lost 15 pounds in a month due to my inability to eat properly. She didn't seem to mind. I informed her a few days ago that I couldn't do it anymore, and she agreed that the relationship was done. That same day, she got an apartment. Actually, I'm relieved, but I'm also scared. I'm disappointed that they'll have to go through this again after 11 years together, 6 years married, and 5 children, 4 of whom are hers from a prior marriage. She seemed to be eager to go. To be honest, I am. For far too long, I've been drained of money, affection, trust, and self-esteem. It's time for me to rediscover myself. Also, make certain that my kid and stepchildren are psychologically well. I'm going to file for divorce in the morning. Edit. I want to address the many comments regarding her having 4 children from a prior marriage, which should have been a warning sign. I'm not sure how to respond to these remarks. She has previously claimed that her last spouse was physically violent. Was it my responsibility to go further into that? I'm not sure. I was over heels in love with her and her children before I realized it. She was sincere and treated me with respect. She never asked for anything from me. Although I did end up paying for her college education years after we began dating since she was incredibly bright and I knew she could accomplish her degree with ease. Everyone has red signals that, in retrospect, should have been obvious. Again, I'm not sure how to handle these issues. Sorry if that isn't a satisfactory response. It's the only way I can respond right now.